Yes guys, here we are with day 3 of my short mini series, and tonight we're going to be working or introducing you to a bit of hand balancing. It's a bit more skill work. There will be some strength elements involved as well for those of you a bit more advanced. But if you've never done anything like this before, this will be a great place to start your hand balancing work if you've got a desire to learn things like handstands or anything like that going forwards. But even if not, it's a simple, super fun exercise to do and to test your current balance. So firstly, I want to go through 3 positions of the wrists just to warm the wrists up before we do this hand balancing work, because it's vital that we mobilize and strengthen the wrists. If you're doing more advanced handstand work, this will become even more vital, and we'll go through some real good exercises that can help to strengthen the wrists as well. But just before we do this small hand balancing work, we'll just mobilize these wrists, loosen them up a bit before we put the demand on them within the next part of this section. So there'll be 3 positions: fingers facing forwards, fingers facing backwards, and then on tops of the hands, and we rock backwards there. So initially we'll go fingers facing forwards, arms locked straight, push through the floor and rock forwards until you get to your end range, and just hold that position. Feel the stretch, breathe in through the nose for a couple of seconds, and then a longer exhale through the mouth just to relax and teach your nervous system that you're safe. Hold that for around a minute and then come out slowly, and then turn the fingers backwards and relax into that stretch. Again, same principle, push away from the floor, arms straight and relax backwards. And as I say, the final position, backs of the hands, arms straight, push through the floor and rock backwards, and hold for around 60 seconds. So pause the video, do those 3 exercises for 3 minutes in total, and come back and we'll start the fun part, the hand balancing challenge. So let's move straight into the hand balancing challenge of this day 3 of my mini series. Super simple, but if you've never done anything like this before, it might be a little bit of a challenge for you, but still get involved and let's see where you are with your current balance and strength. So we're going to do something simple called a crow stand, where we place our hands on the floor, we crouch down, we put our knees just above our elbows for support. We go forwards until our feet start to peel off the floor, and then we balance. So that's number 1. I'll then go through a second variation to make it a little bit more difficult and increase the strength demand element. And then the third progression will be the most difficult. Let's see if you can do that before the session ends. If not, let's just take our time with it. If you only feel confident doing the initial phase, that's absolutely fine. Just know that these progressions are there for you whenever you need them. So let's get set up for our first position. Hands roughly shoulder width apart on the floor, crouch down, knees on the back of our elbows, and start to shift the weight forwards over the fingers. And what you start to find is your feet start to become lighter on the floor. Some of you may just want to hold that position, perfectly fine. Build up your time tolerance there. But for those of you who want the balance challenge, let's go forwards and let's lift the feet and balance. And hold that for a few seconds before returning. Ultimately, I'd like you to be able to hold that for around 30 seconds maximum before moving on the progressions. But that's not done in one night, that's built up over time. So just take your time with it until you think you can achieve around 30 seconds maximum, 30 seconds hold of that position, as I say, before moving on. Now what you'll find in the balance, when that starts to become comfortable, we can then start to shift our weight during that balance phase. And this will introduce you to something we call playing the piano with our fingertips. So you'll feel as you move, shift your weight, your fingers will start to push into the floor at different points to balance you and resend signals back to the brain how I need to keep myself in balance. This is really crucial for hand balancing work in the full handstand, you'll find that as you do your full handstand and you try to maintain that balance, this playing the piano will become vital in keeping you in that balance. Same thing applies as when we stood up and we lean forwards and our toes start to dig into the floor to keep our balance. Exactly the same principle. So what we can do then is go back into that balance and then start to shift our weight and feel our fingers playing that piano and keeping us in the balance of the crow stand. Part 2 of this section, we're going to increase the strength demand by lifting one of our knees off our elbow. So we'll start with our left knee because it's easy to show you on the camera. So we'll come forward, we'll get comfortable in the balance, and then we'll lift our left knee off our left elbow. Hold before returning and coming back. Make sure you do both sides so we don't create any imbalances. And then once you've kind of mastered that and that feels easy, let's go for the full position of the crow stand, which is where we then bring up both our knees off our elbows at the same time and just purely hold ourselves up with the strength of our shoulders and wrists, which looks like this. Both knees come up and we hold that position there. Play the piano if you needed. Knees and return. So that's the 3 challenges for you tonight. As I say, if it's all new to you, just start with the first one, get comfortable there before moving on. But for those of you that want the challenge, let's see if you can do all 3. Send me the videos, let's tag me in them, and let's see how you get on. Any tips or advice, I'm here. And we'll see you on the next one.